In this video, we go over my new go-to Serato DJ Pro add-on controller, and that's the Hercules P32. Find out more and more about my mapping coming up. Thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. Now let's get into the video. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that my former go-to add-on controller for Serato DJ was the Native Instruments Tractor Control X1 Mark I. Now I really like that thing because it had a whole bunch of buttons and knobs that I could map out to Serato DJ the way I wanted, and it didn't take up that much room. But recently my X1 finally gave up the ghost and buttons stopped working. It's been out, it's been a soldier for me for years. It's been through rain, dust storms, extreme cold, extreme heat, and it still kept working. Now, for the most part, it still works and I can still use it, but some of the buttons started acting a little wonky and I started looking at some other options. Now, the first option that I was really considering was the Pioneer DJ DDJ SP1. Now, you've seen this controller around. There's tons of DJs out there that go ahead and use this controller. It's basically the pad section of something like a Pioneer DJ controller or even the Pioneer DJ MS9. It has a lot of functionality and a lot of control for Serato DJ. Secondly, I thought about getting the kind of record box brother to that, the XP1, because of the layout. It had more buttons that I could map out, and just it gave me a little bit more kind of customization as to what I needed to use it for, and having everything on one page. Because the one thing about the SP1 as well as the S9 and a mixer like this, the 72, is that you have to shift through different modes to get to things like, me, I really like using loop roll to get my mixes clean and get it right phrased just perfectly. And to do that on the SP1, I would have to, switch modes on the controller. But recently, Hercules went ahead and sent me this, the P32, and even though it's its own, full kind of DJ controller on its own, it kind of makes a really good add-on controller for Serato DJ. Now, it's a little big, but I was already thinking about getting the XP1, and this is roughly the same size as that. And for what I need to use it for and the kind of layout I need, this actually makes way more sense. So I went ahead and mapped this for Serato DJ Pro, and I think I'm going to start taking this on gigs where I have a little bit more room in the booth, because I just get so much functionality out of this. So let me go ahead and break down how I have this set up. So this controller does have a bunch of pad modes, but I went ahead and just mapped everything I needed to one, just so I have all the control I need in one spot. So the biggest thing on this controller and the huge standout feature are all these nice pads. So I went ahead and utilized them what I think is the best way possible for my needs. So right here, these two top rows, that's 2 rows of 4, so I have 8 pads each. Those are for my 8 cue points in Serato DJ, and now with Serato DJ Pro you also get that pad layout as well, so it's kind of mirrored there. Really nice, to get that kind of feedback where I know each of these pads corresponds to what I'm seeing on the screen. Now this row right down here is actually going to be my beat jump controls. So I have beat jump previous, beat jump forward, and then I can select only through 2 different kind of sizes, but those are the 2 sizes that I use. So 16 beats and then 8 beats. So that's 2 bars or 4 bars. I usually keep it on 4 bars, but sometimes I need to go back just a little bit, so that works out. And then finally, this bottom row right here is mapped out to the Serato sampler, so I can hit all my drops from here without having to go to the keyboard, because that's one thing that I didn't have control of on my Native Instruments X1, is that I didn't have controls for the Serato sampler, and I have to go back to my keyboard and reach over to control that as well. So that's a bonus that this has that the X1 didn't have. Now these knobs right here, just like they're used and labeled here for the DJU software that's used with this, these are my effects controls. So the 4 knobs, or actually say the 3 control knobs, and then the beats knob, as well as the 4 different buttons for the actual controls on the effects. So I can do my wet dry here, the 2 controls, and then move my timing here. Now this middle section, not really using too much of it. I am using this center knob right here to go ahead and scroll through my tracks and then load songs. And then also I have these 2 volume buttons right here, since I don't need volume, since I'm not using it as an actual controller. I'm using this as instant doubles for left and right as well. So I get controls that I didn't have on my X1, without taking up much more footprint than I was already willing to give up in that XP one. So overall, I'm really happy with this. Not only is this, a pretty cool controller on its own, but it makes a really nice and really full-featured Serato DJ Pro add-on controller. So I'll go ahead and link up the mapping that I came up with for this down below. So go ahead and hit that link. And then also remember, I still have the contest going on to, grab your own Hercules P32. Just go ahead and make sure to follow that video. I'll link that in the card up above, so it'll be up here somewhere. Just go ahead and follow the instructions in that video to go ahead and enter the contest. And like I mentioned, when I post my review for this unit, which is coming soon, I'm still going through it and want to make sure that I give this thing a fair shake as far as the software controls and the hardware and how it stands up. Once that goes up, I'll go ahead and pick the winner. But for now, I'm really happy that I got more use out of this than just using it with that DJ software. I'm a really big Serato DJ Pro user, and it's what I use most nights when I DJ. So having something that I already had and using it for the control that I need, pretty awesome. And I'm really happy with this mapping. I'm going to be testing it out more, and I'll be sure to include that feedback in the review video coming soon. So that's a look at the Hercules P32 and my mapping for Serato DJ Pro. So question of the day, what's your go-to Serato DJ add-on controller? Go link that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, if you found this video useful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click right here to subscribe to this channel. Or if you'd like to watch more content, go ahead and click on that video right there. And thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. See you next time.